As the holidays approach, I always find myself thinking back to the Christmases from when I was a kid, and thinking about the toys that I was so lucky to get from Santa. But my mind always drifts off to a darker place, and I start thinking about the toys I never had as a kid. So in this episode, let's take a look at a couple of them. So stick around. Hello, fellow dorks and dorkettes, and welcome to Sentimental. My name is Rob, and this is the show where I talk about things from my own past, things that I feel nostalgic and sentimental for. So, this episode is about toys I wish I had when I was a kid. This is number 20 in this series, and it actually surprises me that we've gotten 20 videos in, and I still have quite a hefty list of toys that I wish I had when I was a kid. So anyway, let's get things started with number 1. Our first toy is definitely one that I would love to have in my collection today. And with the prices that I found that we'll take a look at later, it doesn't seem too far out of the realm of possibility to actually own it. So I'm pretty excited about that. Anyway, this comes from Hasbro in the year 1983, and it is the Twin Battle Gun, or Whirlwind, for the G.I. Joe toy line. This is a very simple toy, a very simple design. This is from the era of G.I. Joe when they were first starting out, and they had a more realistic approach to their characters and vehicles. Now, this is one of the few tow-behind accessories that were released around this time period, and I am lucky enough to have one or two of them, but this one, for some reason, just always sparked my imagination of how awesome it is. I mean, sitting behind two large cannons in a comfy little seat just seemed very appealing to me as a kid. I mean, this thing looks untouchable and could definitely take out a rattler in the sky and a hiss on the ground. And yeah, that's all you needed to tell me to get me on board with this Twin Battle Gun. But like I mentioned, this is very reasonably priced out there on the secondary market. I mean, you can find a loose and complete one for a little over 20 bucks. Or, if you want, you can get it mint in package for close to $150. I definitely want to get it loose, because that price is definitely one that you can't ignore for a piece of G.I. Joe history. One of the early and, like I mentioned, more realistic renderings of the G.I. Joe toy line. So anyway, cross your fingers that I'm able to score one of these on eBay sometime soon. Our second toy is, in my opinion, definitely my opinion when I was a kid, the modernization of a tried and true classic plaything. And I don't know any other way to describe it. But this is released by Pressman in sometime in the 80s. Can't really nail down a year with my research. But anyway, this is Domino Rally. When I was younger, I loved playing with dominoes. Of course, the ones that I played with were the little just black, nondescript. Sometimes they would have like a dragon design on them or something cool like that, but little wooden dominoes. I would spend time setting them up, trying to come up with intricate ways to make it more interesting and cool. But along comes Domino Rally, and yeah, gone are just the basic black, and now they are replaced with vibrant color. It comes with different stunts and different fun accessories for it to interact with. And I know this isn't part of the 80s, but the one that really triggered my imagination was Ghost Ride, which was released in 1991. Yeah, even at that age, when I saw the commercial for it, I definitely was all about it. I mean, dangling skeletons, ghosts, glow-in-the-dark dominoes. I mean, I still sit back and am in awe of anything glow-in-the-dark. Now, I don't know why I never received one of these underneath the Christmas tree, other than I was probably too old in my parents' eyes. But little do they know, I would have had joy from this no matter how old I am. I mean, I'm still thinking about it. And yeah, it goes for a steal on the secondary market. And is it something I'll seek out? Probably not. But it'll be something that I'll always think about in the what ifs. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from the basic awesome dominoes that I did play with as a kid, but this elevated the game to the next level.
Domino Rally!
Well, Domino Rally's unreal.
It's cool!
And our domino dealer's a brand new tool, yeah.
Stand 'em up, blast away, knock 'em dead, lose your head!
Lights out, glow neon bright in the night. Check it out.
Domino dealer!
Make you want to shout.
Go!
For the super sensationality.
Domino Rally!
So many ways to Domino Rally. Plus, Domino Dealer from Play Toys. Each set sold separately. Batteries not included.
Our third toy is an action figure. One that I had the original version of, but they stepped up the game and released a second one. And I unfortunately never got him. This is from Kenner in the year 1985. This is R2-D2 with pop-up lightsaber. Now, that scene from Return of the Jedi is still the epitome of awesomeness. Luke on the sand barge jumps off, hits that plank, springs into the air, and catches the lightsaber that R2 is hiding in his dome. That was something I wanted to recreate, and to do that I needed this R2-D2 with pop-up lightsaber. Now, there were actually two released, one for the movie and the other for the Droids cartoon, which kind of doesn't make a lot of sense because, as far as I remember, there were no lightsabers in that show. So I don't know why he would need to be containing a lightsaber in his dome. But c'est la vie. He definitely looks a little bit different in the animated form than he does in the movie form. But I definitely lean more towards the movie form of R2. Now, surprisingly, he fetches a lot of money out on the secondary market. I mean, it'll set you back over $200 for a loose and kind of beat up version of R2, and almost $2,000 for one still sealed on the card. That to me is crazy. If I had $2,000 laying around, for as much as I love Star Wars, I would definitely be buying a USS Flag for that kind of money. Our fourth toy is from something that I haven't really interacted a lot with here on the channel, and that is die-cast cars. This is from Mattel, originally released in 1979, but definitely had many resurrections throughout the 80s and 90s. This is the Hot Wheels Stow-and-Go City. This playset is, I mean, as a kid, it has everything that you could have ever wanted. Fire station, garage. I mean, it's a whole living, breathing city for your Hot Wheels. And the fact that it has like a little ramp that you can put your cars on and they would zip down to the garage at the bottom. Yeah, that to me was the epitome of cool. I definitely loved playing with my Hot Wheels as a kid. Something that didn't really last long into my toy journey, but I still have a very soft spot for the cars that I once had, and I would have loved to have this Stow-and-Go city to play with those cars. Like I said, this has a little bit of everything. I actually remember using shoeboxes and things like that to cut little doors and garages into for my Hot Wheels. I wouldn't need to do that if I had the Stow-and-Go city. I mean, the creativity aside, which is an awesome project, but who cares about that when you have an actual city to play with your cars with? Anyway, on the secondary market, it goes for a pretty cheap price to a pretty expensive price, still in box. So, whatever your choice is to purchase a city, it's got many options covered. And I found a commercial, but this is actually from the 1988 version of it. It's practically the same thing, so you'll get the idea once you watch. So I hope you enjoy it.
Mattel salutes the young entrepreneur. To Michael, who with his Stow-and-Go set built 4 skyscrapers in one morning. To Kevin, who rebuilt 6 engines in one sitting. To Douglas, who washed every last car in Elmsdale. To all these young entrepreneurs, good job.
Hot Wheels Stow-and-Go, fueling the young imaginations of America.
To Patrick, who served chili to his entire hometown football team. And to his mother, who kicked in for the pink lemonade.
Our 5th toy comes from Kenner in the year 1984, and this is Robot Man. This little plush yellow robot was a musical genius. He had different buttons on his chest that could produce different sounds and songs. I don't know what it is, but whenever I see Robot Man, I instantly fall in love all over again. I think it's his whimsical design with the big glasses, the little propeller on his head. I mean, the dude even has a cape. I mean, he is the epitome of awesome robotic fashion. And like I said, every time I see a picture of him, I just long for the days of wanting him when I was a kid. And like I said, this came out in 1984, so I was still under the age of 10. So I don't know why my parents never conceded and got me a Robot Man, or Santa ever brought one for under the tree. I mean, I don't know why I'm using 10 years old as a cutoff for plushies, when I still buy plushies today, so I guess that's a dumb point. But anyway, Robot Man was part of a little family of robots. You had Stella and the little baby Robot Man child thing, pet, I don't know what it is exactly, but the commercial I found will probably explain things a lot better than I did. So first, before we get to the commercial, let's discuss the secondary price for this dude. He goes for a steal, and you can still get him on his little packaging for 150 bucks. I mean, even that's not crazy when dealing with toys from the 80s. So, I think Robot Man might be in my future. But until then, I will sit back and watch this commercial, and I hope you enjoy.
Now, an act that's out of this world, the musical lovable Robot Man and his friend! Introducing Robot Man and Stellar!
They play their own songs.
Battery not included, each sold separately.
I wanna hug you, Robot Man. We all love you so much, Robot Man.
Introducing Robot Man and Stellar, each sold separately. New from Kenner.
Okay folks, that was just a look back at 5 toys I wish I would have had when I was a kid. And they're still toys that pang my heart to this day when I see them, because I can vividly remember just the excitement of using my imagination of what I would do with these toys and how much fun I would have with them. But alas, it was never in the cards for me. Could they be in the future? Who knows? But for now, they will just live out in my memories and my imagination. Like I mentioned, this is the 20th installment of this series, and believe me, I have pages and pages of notes of toys I wish I had when I was a kid. So there'll be plenty more of these in the future. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them and I love getting back to everyone. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this or any of the episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you'll be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad and stay dorky.